Hey guys, just um welcome back to another video. Um I don't usually do this types of videos. If you can see on my channel, my type of videos are usually just like other YouTubers clips and a bunch of like Beat Saber shit posts or something. But I wanted to make this video because I don't know, I really just I've seen a lot of research on research. I've done a lot of research and I've seen a lot of videos online about Delta 8, and I've done a lot of that in the past year, so I wanted to reflect on my experience because I think it'll be almost a year next month since I started. So actually, no, in 2 months. But yeah, um, two disclaimers. One, this is the second time I trying to record this video. I talked for 15 minutes and none of the audio recorded. So if I'm like speed talking, it's because I've said this all before, but you didn't hear it. And two, yes, I am using voice mod. I don't like my voice right now because I am transgender and I have serious voices for you. So yeah, I'm using voice mod. But let's get into this. I started using Delta 8 when I went to the Reading Pride Fest last summer, and that was really fun. It was very interesting, and when I found that uh weed table, basically, I was like, "Whoa, wait! I can buy this legally as an 18-year-old? What's the catch?" And he explained the difference. Like, it's not actual weed; it's like Delta 8 or whatever. He explained that difference to me. He recommended I take half at first. I completely ignored that, being the dumbass teenager I was, being 18 at the time. And took a whole one when I got home the next. I think it was the next day or 2 days later. They were like sour apple flavored, and they were 20. They were 20 milligrams. It was interesting. I was watching Danganronpa Abridged thing. One of the most hilarious abridged series I've ever seen. But being high while watching it made it like the best thing ever. I don't know if I want to say high because it wasn't really a high. Like, I've never done Delta 9. I've never done actual weed or CBD or anything. Delta 8's my only experience, but I would consider it high. It was so much fun. I was like screaming, laughing at it, and like I felt like the world was like a slightly spinning. For my very first time being high, it was really fun. Thankfully, I didn't have anything to do that day. I was just like chilling because it was summer break. Um, but yeah, and then I think I did it a few more times over summer. But then when I went to school, I kind of just lost. I kind of like I'm pretty sure my grandma ate the rest of them actually. That's what my sister told me anyway. But but yeah, so I went to college my first semester, which was last semester, like last year, September to December 2022. Um, I didn't really think about it too much. And then when I got $200 for Christmas, I got some off Amazon. I was like, screw it. These are legal, right? So let's buy some and do it. Let's do it again. These were a little bit stronger than what I've had before. These were 25 milligrams, which the first time I had it, all I really realized, I did, no, my only new effect was like increased focus. Like, I was watching an episode of Steve Wilkos, which is a guilty pleasure show of mine, and I was looking at my phone on Discord trying to multitask, and I had to rewind the a certain part of the episode like 6 times because I could not catch what they were saying because I was like hyper focused on my phone, and my sister got so mad at me about it. Um, but yeah, I did a few more times over winter break, but there was no really new effects. It's just like a tiny bit stronger than what I had before, which makes sense. 20 to 25 is not that big of a jump. But it wasn't until I met my sweet mate for 3 weeks. I don't want to go too deep into this, but I don't even want to mention her name because we split on some pretty bad terms. But regardless, she was the one who convinced me to double dose and go with a full like take two, which would be 50 milligrams. Oh my shit! The first time I did that, it was fucking wild. Every side effect doubled. Like, I don't even. There are no words. Like, it was, but yeah, every side effect was doubled, including the time that it took to take effect. Because before, when I was doing 25 milligrams, it took like an hour to feel some effects, and like an hour and a half to 2 hours to feel the full effects. But when I take two, I feel some effects within 20 minutes, and then like main effects within like maybe an hour. And that was really helpful for me. But every side effect was doubled. Aside from just feeling giggly, I felt like I was on laughing gas. Aside from just my eyes burning, I felt like they were like I opened them in a swim in an indoor pool, and the world was spinning like I was on a Gravitron ride. It was nuts. I was so fucking out of it. Um, but yeah, and then I got high with that roommate a few more times. We watched the psychological horror movie Midsommar while stoned. I do not recommend that. It was a trip that I do not wish to repeat again. um, but yeah, I didn't do much. I don't want to say much else about her because we didn't. Again, we didn't really split on the best terms. But regardless, um, I moved out of rooming with her. I now have my own room, and that's when I decided to do 50 by myself, and I've been doing that ever since. And it has been amazing for one reason: increased sense of taste. When I first did it on my own, I had like some Nutty Buddies and some oatmeal cream pies, and it was just the best. Oh my god, they were so fucking good. I could taste every like millimeter of that uh of the peanut butter in that like Nutty Buddy. It was so good. Oh my god, it was great. And then like again, the dizziness was doubled, the hilarity it was doubled. I called my future boyfriend, which I'm not going into that right now, but called my future boyfriend while high one time. That was so much fun. He loves talking to me while I'm fucking stoned, which I've done a few times. um, yeah, we've called a few times stoned. I've joined a different VC on Discord, other friends while stoned a few times. It's been fun. Nothing too spectacular except for like a funny dizzy haha. Like I like to feel good kind of thing. But it was past this past weekend that gave me the motivation to make this video because I don't know what the fuck happened, but I know it was insane. There was a lot that happened, so let's get into it. Um, it all started like Friday. Um, every last Friday of the month, my college anime club has a thing called Anime After Dark, and we basically put a bunch of anime on a spinning wheel, spin the wheel, and then watch anime for from 6 p.m. Friday to 6 a.m. Saturday, and it can be like any anime as long as it's technically considered an anime and not hentai. And it's the line is very thin. I mean, we've watched Interspecies Reviewers, High School DxD, fucking Future Diary, and Chainsaw Man. Like, it doesn't matter if it can be scary, it can be gory, it can be sexual, as long as it's not hentai, then it's allowed on that wheel. And so we got a really good combination of stuff up there this time. And it was about the time when we were about to watch the infamously vulgar Ghost Stories dub. I decided to take two of my gummies, and I gave one to my friend too because like we've been getting along really well. So I was like, "Fuck it, why not?" Um, and we took some during the Ghost Stories dub. I didn't realize that I wouldn't feel anything until after that dub was over because it takes an hour for it to kick in. But it was that the whole night was amazing. My friend got like cheesy bread delivered from Domino's. That oh my god! If heaven had a flavor, if heaven had like a food, that would be it right there. Domino's cheesy bread on weed. My god, it was so good. Um, but yeah, and we were watching a movie because that was a new thing this month. They put movies on the wheel as long as we stopped it every 20 minutes, like an episode, to see if we wanted to re-roll the wheel or not. We were watching Pumpo the Cinephile. Highly recommend that movie, even though I only watched half of it. We'll get there in a minute. Um, but yeah, that was I had several new effects that night that I never experienced before, and I realized why. About an hour and a half before I took the edibles, I had a frozen milkshake coffee from Chick-fil-A. And I did my research beforehand that like coffee makes it stronger, but I still took two, and I would come to regret that. But there's no regret without experience first, like positives. And that was the beginning. During the like halfway through that movie, the shit hit like a fucking express truck. It hit like Truck-kun from every anime ever. Oh my god, like the entire world was fucking spinning like one of those NASA machines, you know what I mean? Um and like I was just laughing at fucking everything with my friend. We were fucking zooted. And there was a new effect. It was like right half of the movie. There was a scene where the director was like in his own head, like whooshing through the film as he was editing the movie, and I could feel the wind in that scene. I could feel like everything happening in the shows we watched for the next like 3 or 4 hours. Like I was part of the show, which made interspecies reviewers so much more fun. But enough about that. um, but yeah, and then halfway through that movie, I started to feel really, really sick because usually when I'm in bed alone, I just go to bed when I hit the super dizzy phase. But now I'm watching anime during the super dizzy phase. So I was really fucking nauseous. I went out to the lobby. God knows how long I sat there. It felt like 2 years. um, and while I was there, I just randomly got to thinking about that ghost rumor that's on my campus about how some girl killed herself in a building in the 1860s, and that her ghost is still haunting Old Main or whatever. And I swear to you, on my life, I saw the alleged ghost and I hugged it. I was fucking hallucinating. I was tripping balls, which is weird because it's Delta 8. But assuming that it doubled the effect for me, that would be me feeling the effects of 100 milligrams of Delta 8 because I took 50. So I'm not surprised that I fucking hallucinated. But long story short, I think about maybe 15 minutes later, time is hard when you're high. But yeah, I went, maybe to the bathroom, threw up, felt a lot better, and then after that, I felt like about half of the actual what I was feeling before of like being in the show. But I swear to you, on my life, it was unreal. I felt like I was part of the animes. It was such a surreal experience that like I kind of have to recommend it. If you want to do weed while watching anime, drink a coffee while you're doing it. You won't regret it unless you have a low tolerance like me so far. If you're okay with the risk, like go ahead. It's so much fun. I think that's it. I don't really know what else to say. Just do this responsibly. Um, I've never had any experience with Delta 9, CBD, anything. Delta 8 is my only experience with marijuana. And I can't wait to try more. If this is Delta 8 and I'm fucking hugging ghosts and being inside anime, I can't wait to see what Delta 9 has in store for me. But that's it for this video. I'll see you guys later. Um, hopefully with something less talky. Bye.